Hey, good morning. My name is Lauren Stinson, and I am one of the partners here at Cherry Bekaert. I lead our sales tax practice. And today, as part of our Manufacturing Day or Manufacturing Month initiatives, we are talking to one of our clients, Mike O'Donnell. He's a financial analyst with Carlisle Interconnect Technologies, just really to share some of his experiences, with what's going on at his manufacturing facility and how we have been integral in helping him achieve some success around sales tax. So first of all, thank you very much, Mike. Welcome to our roundtable discussion. So first, just to kind of set the stage, can you share what's been happening at your manufacturing facility in the last 6 months?
Sure, yeah, definitely. First of all, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Truly appreciate it. So our facility, I work for the St. Augustine plant at Carlisle Interconnect Technologies, and we have our corporate headquarters right next door to us. So our plant is doing okay. We are a little struggling with the COVID, and the aerospace industry, as we all know, has taken a pretty big hit because of the virus, and we had to do a reduction of workforce, a headcount reduction about 2-3 months ago. About 40% of our workforce we had to lay off. So we're just trying to figure all that out, and we're in a lot of cost-saving initiative things we're going on right now. But overall, our company is pretty much feeling this company-wide. So our plant is feeling it, but we've had a few plant closures, and we've had a few moving of products, and that's pretty much the environment we're in. Whether or not it's kind of reactionary, to be honest with you, but that's the current environment we're in right now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think your manufacturing facility is not a whole lot different than a lot of others that we've seen, having these hard times with COVID. But
right.
I know that you've been pivoting and really looking at doing more with less and different initiatives to save cash. So kind of on that note, we've had a long relationship working together on different tax saving initiatives around sales tax, primarily with the concept of reverse audit. So I really wanted to talk to you a little bit today about the success that you've seen with reverse audits and kind of how companies could maybe look at doing initiatives like that in these tough times, because we all know cash is king. So for those of you listening who are not familiar with the concept of a reverse audit, is where a company like ours, we come in, we take a look at all the purchases that a company has made to see if they're taking advantage of all the different sales tax exemptions out there. So states provide exemptions on machinery, repair parts, production supplies, utilities, all sorts of different things in the manufacturing space. And we take a look to see, hey, the state's given these exemptions. Are you taking advantage of those? So I know we worked together on a couple reverse audits.
Right.
We found some substantial refunds that have given you, cash in the door. And really, if you want to share some of, kind of your experience on the other end of that project.
Sure. Yeah. So, so when I came into this company about 5.5 years ago, we were already engaged with you, Lauren, and your team. So I do know that when you came in, the process, I was a little nervous about it, honestly, because I didn't know how much work we would have to do on our end. You looked, I think it's a 3-year look back, correct? It's a 3-year look back. So you look back at all of our invoices and everything, and I'll be honest, your team pretty much did the heavy lifting. We had to just provide you guys with, schedules and items of that nature, but your team did a good job of going in, looking at all the invoices, and mind you, a lot of these were in boxes, so that was not not fun
for all those boxes.
Yes, that was not fun for your team, but you went in there and you basically look back on certain vendors that we are consistently paying sales tax on that we most likely actually we should not have been. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much the process, and we actually had a substantial refund due to us from the state of Florida because of this reverse audit. And I know there's a few misconceptions about, does that, what's the consequence? Does that shed light on the company when you apply for such a big refund? We actually had, we were on schedule to be audited by the state of Florida regardless, because they usually do like a 10-year schedule or something like that. So after the refund, we were then hit with an audit, and I'll be completely honest, that could not have gone any more smoothly. And thank you to your team with all that, because you were pretty much the middleman in that whole process. And we did not have that large of an assessment or anything based on the work that you've pretty much done. So that's how that worked, and you're exactly right. It was cash in the door for us. So. Good.
Well, that kind of brings up another point. I know that the result of the audit was a really good result, because not only do we want to make sure that you were getting money back on things that you didn't have to pay tax on, but we also are it's very important to us to make sure that you're educated on what you should be paying tax on, so that you are paying the tax that you owe. So then when audits come, and they're going to come, and probably in the future they're going to come a lot more frequently in the state of the world these days, but we positioned you through to have success with those audits. And I think a lot of that is kind of behind our methodology of training, and not just coming in getting refunds, but really educating you and your staff on what you should and should not be paying tax on.
Complete agreement with that, because our process upon me coming in, I'll be honest, was not that great. And that's why we were overpaying so much. And yes, the refund's nice. Yes, the cash in hand is nice after the 3-year look back. But the fact that you guys helped our process from start to finish, and now we have a robust process. I mean, there's always tweaking you can do, but it's a little more on purchasing side to make those decisions. That has helped us immensely. So we honestly feel like we're paying, the right amount of tax every month, sales and use tax every month in our filings, as opposed to blindly just kind of paying it and seeing what happens. So that was a huge help, honestly.
That is music to my ears.
I'm sure it is, but yes, it was.
Yes. And just kind of in the wake of, the new COVID environment, I think, certainly cash is always king, but I think a lot of companies are also struggling with new suppliers, new product lines, different things that they're having to, adapt to in this new environment, just to, continue to move forward. And all of those present sales tax challenges that, having that education to understand, why you're paying something, or why there's an exemption for something, can easily translate as your business pivots.
Correct. So, and we've set up, and with your help, a process where if there's a questionable item, right, they're ready to purchase some, even if it's a piece of machinery, they will reach out to our team and ask the question, hey, before I purchase this, is this taxable? Is it tax exempt? And they allow that back and forth communication is key to making those decisions, to making informative decisions with those kind of items, especially with new vendors and new product lines that we're trying to build up based on the current environment.
Awesome. Well, I couldn't be happier for the success that we've shared. Hopefully, and I think you feel the same. So
yeah, definitely.
It's been a win-win for everybody. Certainly if you've never, for our listeners who if you haven't had any focus on sales tax and you're a manufacturer, there's just so much room for opportunity for usually not only cash back, but really future savings, understanding those exemptions that, there couldn't be a better time to start looking at initiatives like this. So
definitely.
Mike,
And one real quick thing I do want to add is I mean, we've had very honest conversations before, and I really appreciate the fact that I've asked you what's in it for you for another 3-year look back, and you and your company, and I really do appreciate this, Lauren, take the time and effort to help our process, even at the expense of knowing that down the road, right, there's not going to be this huge refund, most likely, right, because our process is more robust and fixed. So I just want to say thank you for that, because that shows you're trying to help us, definitely. So that is truly appreciated.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure working with you, and we will always continue to be there to support your sales tax, hopefully, and maybe we're not fixing any problems initiatives. So again, thank you for sharing your experience today, and happy Manufacturing Month.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me. Appreciate it.